Good afternoon, everybody. It's 1 o'clock on a Monday here at the Chamber of Commerce. It's time to get you up to speed on everything happening this week, both with the Chamber as well as our members. We have some jobs openings to tell you about. We'll tell you about our podcast and everything else, all coming up on this edition of the Monday announcements. And yes, I am wearing my Cleveland Browns gear today. We lucked into a win yesterday, and I am celebrating, even though in no way, shape, or form did Cleveland deserve to win that game yesterday. But I will take it. I will take it. Let's get into what's going on this week here at the Chamber. This has nothing to do with what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. On Wednesday, October 25th, the Technology Information Committee will be holding their annual Information Assurance Forum exploring artificial intelligence and the fourth industrial revolution. That is a lot to take in. Here to explain all of that is Lauren Wagner. He's with the TIC committee. Lauren, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Doug.
So we've talked about this. It's good to have you with us. We've talked about this a few times. Obviously, artificial intelligence, it's here. It's being used in the workplace already. People are adapting to it and already utilizing it. What are we going to be talking about at the forum on Wednesday when it comes to AI?
Well, we've got a pretty broad agenda there when it comes to AI. In the morning, starting with some capstone students from the University of Findlay, and they'll be talking about various aspects, including big data, quantum computing, military applications, and blockchain and crypto. Then we'll have the keynote presentations that'll be talking specifically about the fourth industrial revolution and artificial intelligence. And then in the afternoon, shortly after 12, we'll have some local individuals from manufacturing at GSW Wiring. That'll be Will Brown and David Lamb, and they'll be talking about Industry 4.0 and AI in the manufacturing process and how they're using it today and we'll be using it tomorrow.
Laura, we talked a lot about this in a recent podcast, Chamber Amplified. People can subscribe to that wherever they get their podcasts. So we won't go into all of the details here, but if you are just interested in AI or maybe your business is starting to use it more, who is this program really designed for?
Well, we have a large contingent of students from various universities and high schools that participate, but then we also have a lot of local and regional business people that'll be there to learn more about it. I think we have a little over 200 people registered now. So I think it's going to be good attendance and good information.
I'm looking forward to it. Of course, I'll be there as the MC as well. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to hearing all the speakers. It's always an event that I really like because I like to know what's happening with technology. Lauren, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, thank you, Doug.
And again, you can register for that event. In fact, just saw some registrations come in while we were talking to Lauren. All you need to do is go to our website in the events section. Just hit the drop down, go to programs and events. It's on the calendar there, and then click on that box to get the details there. Also, Wednesday in the afternoon, we'll be holding a ribbon cutting for Country Inn and Suites. They're going to be celebrating their recent renovations there. We'll be coming to you live from that here on Facebook, LinkedIn, and on our YouTube channel as well. But the Redcoats will be out and about on what should be a very beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Thursday brings us to the FYP Trivia, and they'll be at Falls Court Brewery here to talk a little bit about Findlay Young Professionals. Robert Shenenfield. Robert, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you, Doug?
Good. Glad to have you with us again. It's been a busy year for Findlay Young Professionals and a fun social event coming up this week.
Yes, very busy year for Findlay Young Professionals, but luckily this week we have a fun social event. So trivia at Falls Court Brewery. Many have attended in the past. We do this every couple months. It's an event that Falls Court puts onto the public, and Findlay Young Professionals, we try to get together as a group and get some teams going, see if we can win trivia. This specific trivia is kind of a little different, a little added flair because it is spooky season. So in the spirit of spooky season, we're encouraging all of the members to wear a costume. And if you do, FYP will actually provide a beer ticket for free.
Oh, there you go. All the more reason to get dressed up for Halloween on Thursday night. Like you said, this is an event that's open to the public, just having Findlay young professionals take part. How does the FYP team usually fare at trivia?
We usually fare well. We've got some talented trivia members in FYP. They've got some teams there that are very competitive at false chord, so it's hard to come in first, but we do our best.
All right. Looking forward to it. If people want to learn more about Findlay Young Professionals, not just the upcoming event and the get together to play trivia on Thursday, if they want to learn more about anything else you guys are doing, what's the best way to do that?
I always encourage people just to Google Findlay Young Professionals or go to the FindlayHancockChamber.com and select Findlay Young Professionals on the side there. All of our information about, what we are as a group, what we do, and all of the events that we have upcoming is all going to be listed there. There's also a way to register and become a member directly on the site. So it's easy. It's all in one place for you.
Very good. Robert, thanks for dropping by this afternoon.
Thanks for having me, Doug. Always appreciate it.
Always good to have FYP represented. They, again, have been very, very active here this year. It's been great to see how much the organization has been growing. Let's take a look at our member-hosted event calendar. As you can see, we have one event, but when we say one event, it might possibly be the biggest member-hosted event of the year, and that is the annual Halloween Parade, Cops and Kids Findlay Halloween Parade. Here to tell us all about that, Teresa White joins us. Teresa, how are you this afternoon? Certainly, you don't have anything else going on today.
Oh, absolutely not. There's not a dozen people just outside the store having the last parade meeting before the fabulous event tomorrow night.
So let's get into it. The Halloween Parade, a Findlay tradition like no other. This is going from 7 until 9. And I was told at last count, from what I heard, there was about 99 parade entrants or more.
It has been a few minutes since you and I have chatted. We have 137.
It's been a little bit. Holy cow, 137 entrants into the parade. And again, let's talk about the route, where people want to be, and some of the different things happening this year.
The 2023 Cops and Kids Findlay Halloween Parade, presented by Loan Depot, kicks off tomorrow night at 7 p.m. It starts at the intersection of South Main Street and Lake Cascades and marches northbound to Lima Street. The entire length of that parade route is the South Branch Solar Candy Drop Zone, where candy will be handed from parade participants to parade goers. That is the only place you'll be able to get candy. Participants are restricted from entering the staging areas this year. We just have to make sure that we keep everybody safe. We're extremely grateful to our sponsors this year, Loan Depot and South Branch Solar, State Bank, and Val Group. Val Group is sponsoring the Quiet Zone this year. We've had that the last 2 years. We want to make sure that we're as inclusive as possible, especially to our friends that may have some sensory issues. So that's going to be in the last half block of the parade. And everybody wants to pay attention. 1330 WFIN is doing a live stream this year, live from State Bank Judges Square, which will be at the intersection of South Main Street and Baldwin Avenue, where we have an elevated lighted platform where we have 5 esteemed judges who will be determining some of the most prestigious awards in Findlay, like the Best in Show at the Halloween Parade.
And for once, it's not going to be the coldest night in October during the parade. It looks like it's going to be very nice for the Halloween parade this year, which I would imagine means we're expecting thousands of people this year.
I do expect it to be a bit busy. Since the FOP Foundation has taken over the parade, our planning committee has done an amazing job ordering perfect weather for the parade. The coldest it's been at Step Off has been 65 degrees.
That's amazing.
Yep. So this year we are looking at 69 degrees at Step Off. And the one thing that is a smidge concerning, though, so for those of you that are in the parade with parade floats and whatnot, wind could be anywhere from 10 to 15 miles an hour. So you might want to grab a couple extra zip ties before you leave the house.
Yeah, that's an average wind speed in Findlay. We're used to that anymore. So again, that's coming up on Tuesday at 7. Anything else people should know before they head out on Tuesday to take part in the parade? It's again, everybody looks forward to this every year, and we're really excited for this year's edition.
We're very excited this year. Thanks to our sponsors, every dollar from parade entry fees goes straight into the Cops and Kids Champion Fund, and that ensures positive interaction between youth and law enforcement will continue for years to come. I would like to caution everybody just to please make sure that you stay out of the road, stay out of the way of the parade entries. This is an event that's put on by a group of law enforcement officers for the benefit of children, and we want to make sure that everybody has a great time but everybody's as safe as possible.
Absolutely. Well, Teresa, again, thank you for all the hard work that you and the volunteers put on this, and should be a great time tomorrow night for that.
So thanks so much, Doug.
Absolutely. And again, that's going on from 7 until 9 or whenever it's all the floats get through tomorrow night. Let's talk about job listings. Here are 3 jobs that have been posted within the last 30 days from our members. See that the food industry, that the CIFT needs a food industry specialist. They posted that about a week ago. Also, Hancock County Veterans Services are looking for an office manager and a production installer needed by Everdry Waterproofing. Now, if you're a Chamber of Commerce member and you have a job opening, you can list that for free as part of your membership. I can get you all the details on how to do that. You can come on here to talk a little bit about it. It's a really good way to, 1, promote the job listing, but 2, also get a little face time with the community as well. One other thing to tell you about this week, that is our Chamber Amplified podcast. So we talked about how we had the Small Business Awards about a week and a half ago now. We're going to be talking to all of the Small Business Award winners over the next several weeks on the podcast, as well as talking about different topics that impact the business community. So make sure that you get subscribed to it. You can always go to FindlayHancockChamber.com /podcast and listen to it on our website, or you can just pull up your favorite podcast player, search for Chamber Amplified, and then subscribe to the podcast there. Again, we try and make the most of the time that we have with our guests and keep it short so that you're not listening to a 2-hour-long podcast. Most of them go 10-20 minutes max, so you can get information vital to your business, learn more about the business community, and it doesn't take up an entire hour to listen to. You can just pop in an AirPod while you're doing your dishes or something like that, and get up to speed that way. So we encourage you to subscribe to our podcast there. That will do it for the Monday announcements today. We'll be back with you next Monday to get you up to speed on everything happening here at the Findlay Hancock County Chamber of Commerce, as well as give you the update on what our members are up to that week and everything else in between. Let's make it a great week, and we will see you next time on the Monday announcements.